Have you ever felt that something deep inside you is calling you to remember? Something ancient, something eternal, something that whispers there's more to life than what we see. What if the pain you've felt, the confusion you've carried, the questions you've asked, all come from a single truth that's been buried beneath the noise of the world? That truth is this: we are all one, not in a poetic or metaphorical way, but in a real, cosmic, undeniable way. This is not just a belief. It is a system of knowledge, a message that was channeled from a higher intelligence to guide humanity. They call it the law of one, and for those walking the spiritual path, it's not just important, it's essential. Because once you understand it, once you truly feel it, your life, your relationships, your purpose, everything begins to transform. In this video, we're going to explore the full story behind the law of one, where it came from, why it was delivered to us, and what it means for your journey. If you've ever wondered about the meaning of life, the purpose of your soul, or how to live in alignment with the universe, then this, right now, is your sign to stay. Because by the end of this video, you'll see that everything is connected, and that you, yes you, are a vital part of something far greater than you've ever imagined. This is the law of one, and every spiritual seeker needs to hear this. Let's begin. To truly understand the law of one, we need to go back in time, not just spiritually, but to a very real point in our recent human history. In the early 1980s, a small group of dedicated spiritual seekers came together. Their names were Don Elkins, Carla Rueckert, and Jim McCarty. They were researchers, explorers of the unknown, people deeply curious about the universe, consciousness, and the mystery of life itself. Together, they formed what is now known as Leader Per Leader Research, a spiritual group that would soon become the channel for one of the most profound messages ever received. Carla Rueckert was the main channel. She entered deep states of trance, and in these altered states of awareness, a being began to speak through her. This being identified itself as Ra, a social memory complex, which means a collective consciousness of many souls who had evolved together as one unified mind. Ra came from the sixth density, far beyond our current level of understanding, but not to dominate, not to control, simply to share wisdom that could help humanity evolve. Ra had once visited Earth long ago, in ancient Egypt, trying to offer teachings of unity and love, but the messages were often misunderstood or distorted by power structures. So now, in the 1980s, Ra returned through this humble group to clarify the message once again, to offer the truth of oneness in its purest form. Over the course of several years, they recorded a series of question and answer sessions, which became known as the Ra Material, or more widely, the Law of One series. These sessions were never meant to create a religion. They were never about worship or hierarchy. They were about truth, about awakening, about service. Ra answered deep questions about the universe, about the soul, about time, space, energy, healing, and most importantly, about how all of life is interconnected. Every response was calm, intelligent, and deeply loving. There was no judgment, no fear, only a gentle invitation to remember who we really are. The beauty of these sessions lies in their purity, no predictions, no manipulation, just the timeless truth spoken clearly for those ready to hear it. And that is how the Law of One began, not as a book, not as a movement, but as a message, a gift, channeled with care, to help us return to the truth that has always been within us. Now that you know where it came from, let's dive into what this message really says and why it has the power to change how you see everything. At the heart of the Law of One are a few powerful principles, and once you understand them, you'll start to see the world through completely new eyes. The first and most important concept is this: all is one, and one is all, every being, every planet, every star, every thought, every emotion, every moment is part of the same infinite creator. This means separation is an illusion. We are not truly divided by bodies, by cultures, by beliefs, or by time. We are all expressions of the same source, experiencing itself in countless forms. When Ra says all is one, it's not symbolic, it's literal. What you do to another, you do to yourself. What you think about others, you send into the fabric of your own being. From this principle, everything else flows, including the sacred concept of free will. Ra calls this the first distortion of the law of one, the distortion of free will, or the law of confusion. Because within oneness, the Creator gave each soul the ability to choose. You and I, and every conscious being in the universe, are allowed to choose our path, our thoughts, our direction, and even our pace of spiritual growth. Without free will, there would be no true learning, no true love, no true evolution. The second major distortion or expression is love. Love is not just an emotion. It is a creative force. It is the energy that gives birth to the universe itself. Love is what the one infinite Creator used to create the galaxies, the stars, and every being within them. It is not a passive feeling. It is active. It is powerful, and it is what fuels the journey of the soul. Following love is the third distortion, and that is light. Light is the tool through which love takes form. Light carries intelligence. Light shapes matter. Light creates the dimensions and densities that make up the structure of the universe. So when you hear the words light and love, they are not just spiritual phrases. They are literal energies that come from the one source, working together to manifest all of reality. Now, let's talk about densities. This is one of the most fascinating parts of the law of one. Ra explains that the soul evolves through 8 densities, which are like levels of consciousness or vibrations. The first density is the level of elements, things like earth, air, fire, and water. The second density is the level of life with growth and movement, like plants and animals. The third density is where we are right now as humans, and it is the density of self-awareness, of choice, of morality. This is where the great challenge begins, because we must choose between 2 primary paths, the path of service to self and the path of service to others. This choice determines how we evolve and whether we are moving in harmony with the Creator's intent. The fourth density is the density of love and understanding. The fifth is the density of wisdom. The sixth combines both love and wisdom in unity, and the seventh returns to pure beingness. And the eighth, the final density, is the return to the source, the complete reabsorption into the one infinite Creator. Ra says we are eternal beings, and we are all moving through these densities, lifetime after lifetime, learning the lessons of love, of truth, of balance, and ultimately of unity. The law of one also teaches that the universe is not random. Every event, every meeting, every hardship is an opportunity for growth. Catalyst is the word Ra uses, and it means any experience that pushes us to evolve, to awaken, to remember who we are. Even suffering, even failure, can be sacred if we choose to use it to deepen our understanding and move closer to love. So the core concepts are this: all is one, free will is sacred, love is the creative force, light is the structure, and densities are the path of spiritual evolution. And underlying all of it is the gentle truth that you are not alone. You have never been alone, because you are part of the one, and the one is part of you. This is the foundation of the law of one, and when you truly feel it, not just in your mind, but in your heart, your entire reality begins to shift. Now that we've explored these core teachings, let's look at how this wisdom applies directly to what's happening right now on Earth, and why your awakening is more important than ever before. Right now, in this very moment, Earth is going through one of the most important transformations in its spiritual history. According to the law of one, we are currently in the final phase of third density, the density of self-awareness, the density where souls learn to choose, to evolve, to awaken. This is not just a shift in time. It is a shift in frequency, in consciousness, in vibration. Ra explained that Earth is transitioning into the fourth density, the density of love and understanding, and this transition affects every living being on the planet. It's why so many people today feel restless, confused, overwhelmed, or like something big is about to happen. Because on a deep soul level, we know that a great change is unfolding, not from outside us, but from within us. This shift is not automatic. It's not guaranteed. It depends on each of us choosing to evolve, to live from love, to serve others, and to recognize the unity behind all things. The law of one says that to graduate from third density to fourth, a soul must polarize at least 51% toward service to others. That means living with compassion, seeking truth, offering kindness, and walking the path of the heart, even when it's difficult, even when the world seems lost in fear and division. This is the test of our time. Can we choose love over fear, unity over separation, understanding over judgment? And it's not just about individuals. The entire collective of humanity is being called to awaken. Earth itself is a conscious being. Ra calls her Gaia, and she too is moving into fourth density. Her energy is rising. Her vibration is changing, and she is inviting us to rise with her. That's why old systems are breaking down, why truth is being exposed, why more people are questioning the purpose of life and the nature of reality. The chaos you see in the world is not the end. It is the beginning. It is the shaking off of the old to make space for the new. But this transition is not easy. Ra says there are many who are not yet ready to evolve. And that is okay, because each soul moves at its own pace, in its own time. Some will continue their lessons in third density elsewhere, while others who are ready will remain to build the foundation of a new earth. A world where unity is not just an idea, but a way of life, where service to others is the highest joy, and where spiritual truth becomes part of everyday living. You, right now, are part of that evolution. Your thoughts, your choices, your intentions, they matter more than you know. You are not here by accident. You are here because your soul chose to be part of this great shift, to help, to guide, to awaken. And the more you remember who you are, the more you align with the frequency of love and light, the more you support this transformation, not just for yourself, but for all beings. This is the moment we've waited for across lifetimes, and the law of one reminds us we are never alone in this journey, because we are all part of the one, together, rising, remembering, returning. Now that you understand the core ideas of the law of one and Earth's spiritual evolution, the real question is this: how can you live it? How can you apply this sacred wisdom in your daily life? Because the law of one is not just a philosophy to think about, it's a way of being. It's a path that transforms the way you see yourself, others, and the entire universe. The first and most important step is to begin seeing yourself as a part of the one infinite creator, to truly believe that you are not separate, not alone, not broken, but a spark of divine light. This shift in self-perception changes everything, because when you realize you are the creator experiencing itself, you begin to treat your body, your mind, and your spirit with more love, more care, more attention. The second step is to recognize that everyone you meet is also part of the one, whether they are kind or cruel, awake or asleep, joyful or in pain. Each soul is walking its own sacred journey back to Source. This understanding helps you develop compassion, not just for your friends or those you agree with, but even for those who challenge you, who trigger you, who seem completely lost. You begin to ask, how can I serve in this moment? How can I bring more love? How can I see beyond the surface and respond from a place of truth? Another way to apply the law of one is to live with conscious intention. Every action, every word, every thought is an energy you send into the field of creation. When you align your intentions with love, with truth, with unity, your life begins to flow with more clarity, more synchronicity, more meaning. You may also want to practice regular inner reflection. Ask yourself, what is my purpose? Where am I growing? How am I choosing in each moment? Am I following the path of service to others or falling into fear and control? Meditation is a powerful tool in this journey, not just to relax, but to remember, to reconnect with your higher self, to receive guidance from within. The Law of One teaches that your higher self exists outside of time. It already knows your entire journey, and when you quiet the mind, you can begin to hear its voice, its wisdom, its love. Living the Law of One also means honoring your own path, knowing that you do not need to be perfect. You are here to learn, to grow, to expand, and even mistakes are part of that process. When you make choices from love, even small ones, you are helping the collective. You are contributing to the evolution of Earth. You are living your purpose. It could be as simple as smiling at a stranger, forgiving someone who hurt you, speaking truth when it's hard, or taking care of your own energy, so you can uplift others. Every moment is an opportunity to choose the Creator, to live as love, to be the light. So how do you apply the Law of One? You live as if everyone is you, and you are everyone. You walk with presence, with humility, with a deep knowing that this life is sacred, and so are you. And when you live this way, life begins to respond, and you start to feel something deep and beautiful awaken inside you, something ancient, something real, something true. If you walk a spiritual path, if you seek truth, love, and deeper meaning in this life, then the Law of One is something your soul already knows. It is not new information. It is ancient remembrance. Every spiritualist should know this because it brings all paths together, all teachings, all systems, into one unified vision, a vision that says we are not separate, we are not alone, we are not random. The Law of One reminds us that all beings are sacred, all experiences have purpose, and everything is connected through an infinite intelligence that is love itself. It gives you a framework to understand not just your own growth, but the chaos of the world, the pain of others, the changes in your heart. It shows you that everything is part of the Creator remembering itself through you. When you live from this truth, your spiritual practice deepens, your relationships soften, your fears lose their grip, because you finally understand that you are here on purpose, and you are never truly separate from anything or anyone. That is why every spiritualist should know this, because it is the foundation beneath all wisdom, the light that shines through all teachings, the one behind the many. And when you live from that place, everything changes, not just what you believe, but who you become. Thank you so much for joining me today and exploring the profound wisdom of the Law of One. I hope this video has helped you understand how this teaching can deeply transform your life. If you found this video valuable, please take a moment to like, comment, and share it with others who might benefit from this knowledge. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video that can help you grow, awaken, and live a life aligned with truth and love. Remember, we are all connected, we are all one, and every choice we make ripples out into the universe, sending love and light to all. Until next time, stay centered, stay loving, and keep shining your light.